Grab a bag of candy and get comfy because it's another episode of the Goosebumps series. Hey y'all, I'm Indigo, and this is going to be a fun one because I like all three of these books. So let's summarize books 22 to 24. We will start off with Ghost Beach. A brother and sister named Jerry and Terry go to the house of their distant cousin, Brad, and his wife, Agatha. Terry really enjoys going to graveyards and collecting gravestone rubbings. They go out exploring and find some kids who have the same last name as Brad, the cousin. They immediately tell the story of a 300-year-old ghost that lives in a cave near the beach. When the duo try to ask the cousin about the cave, it seems he doesn't really want to talk about it. The next day, Terry and Jerry find a dog skeleton, which makes the other kids react very strangely. They make a point of saying that dogs can see ghosts and that the ghost in the cave probably killed it. Things continue to get more suspicious, and the duo want to figure out what these people are so afraid of in that cave. They go out to another graveyard for more rubbings, and they discover that the tombstones have the names of all the kids on them, and they all died 300 years ago. They also find out that the gentleman living in the cave is actually someone who studies occult history, and he's trying to trap the ghosts in the cave. The duo goes back to the graveyard to find two freshly dug graves with their names on them. They manage to get the ghost children into the cave and run back home, only to find out that Brad and Agatha are also ghosts. This was a really great story, but I'm disappointed because the standalone books in the series don't get any follow-up, even if it ends on a cliffhanger. Next, there is Return of the Mummy, again with Gabby and Sari. You would think that they'd never go back to Egypt or the tombs ever again, and their Uncle Ben would have retired shortly after the incident from the last book. Regardless, Uncle Ben and Sari go to pick up Gabe at the airport, and Gabe gets an amulet with a scarab fossilized in amber as a gift. Sari is still as annoying as ever, but Gabe is enthusiastic about the tombs. They meet a reporter named Nyla and enter the tombs, only to very promptly get lost. Gabe falls into a room of spiders and snakes, but is rescued by the rest of the party. He apparently brought back the mummy hand from the first book as it protected him previously. As Uncle Ben is about to break the seal of a sarcophagus, Dr. Fielding stops him and says he should respect the tomb. Despite the warning, the seal is broken and an entire secret room is discovered with the mummy inside. There's an ancient chant that Gabe decides to repeat 5 times. Things get heated between the two scientists, and it appears that Dr. Fielding ends up stuffing Uncle Ben in the now empty tomb. Later on, Nyla is found out to have some kind of magic amulet that has let her live for thousands of years, and she tries to revive the mummy, who is her brother. Gabe destroys the amulet, and she turns back into a scarab. He gets his mummy hand back and lets the mummy rest in peace. Dr. Fielding brings the police to find the woman and says he was suspicious of her the whole time. All is well that ends well until Gabe is bitten by the scarab in his amber amulet. This sequel was much better than its predecessor, in my opinion. Lastly, we have Phantom of the Auditorium. As it looks and sounds, this is obviously an homage to the Phantom of the Opera. And a fun fact, this book was published the month and year my brother was born, so that's cute. We are introduced to his best buddies Zeke and Brooke, who are cast in the lead roles of their middle school play called The Phantom. A teacher explains that this play hasn't been done for over 70 years because the first person who played the Phantom mysteriously disappeared. After some trapdoor in the stage shenanigans, Zeke begins to enjoy his role, especially since sometimes he scares his castmates. But more serious events happen, like Zeke being kicked out of the play because the teacher thinks he's the one who ruined the entire set with spray paint. Brooke, Brian, and Zeke try to figure out who the Phantom is by catching him in the act, but it's revealed that a homeless man is trying to get the play to stop so he can have his space. They think everything is over, but as the show goes on, the real Phantom switches places with Zeke and tells the audience that he fell through the trapdoor to his death. His performance is spectacular and the crowd goes nuts. Afterwards, the kids find the class yearbook of the cast from the original play. As they look to see who the first phantom was, they see that it was their friend Brian all along. Alright, that's another one down. I hope you'll join me next time. Let me know what you think of these videos by hitting the like or dislike or leaving a comment. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the other videos. Thank you so very much for watching.